we are back giving away JRB3. This is the official reveal of our customized Jeep that's going to one grand prize winner along with $10,000 in cash. Today we're going to go through it, tell you what we did and what you can expect if you win it. So, starting at the front, there's a lot of things going on. The grille, we did a gloss black with a metallic flake in it. On top of that, you got some really nice headlights. These are LED with the halo ring. They also have the amber turn signals integrated into the halo itself. So when you hit the turn signal, it'll sequentially go back to the amber turn signal. Underneath that, we also have the smoked out marker lights. These complement the smoked out marker lights on the fender flares. The fender flares are high clearance flares. They're a little bit wider and taller to allow for articulation. And it keeps all the rocks and debris off the side of the Jeep with these massive 35-inch mud terrain tires. So, as you can tell, this is a very unique color. Avery Dennison vinyl wrap. Basant is the term, and it looks absolutely immaculate. It actually changes colors in the sunlight almost to a brownish gold tint. It is a pretty dark gray color itself. This does complement the whole Jeep, kind of gives it that really military, tough look. On top of that, we also did some other gloss black accents that you can see throughout the Jeep. Up top, the cowl is gloss black. We also have gloss black hinges on the hood. Hinges on the doors themselves are also painted gloss black, the inner and the outer of the doors themselves. Moving on to the suspension. The suspension is pretty custom. We did do something that we've came up with over the course of the last couple years that worked very well for this platform Jeep. It is a 4.5-inch lift. Spring rate is for the road. They do handle pretty well on the dirt and the trails wherever you plan on taking the Jeep. It does have a adjustable track bar, Fox Performance Series steering stabilizer in the front. That'll help control the steering dampening, doesn't give it that really tippy Jeep feeling. This thing drives on the road absolutely perfect. Moving on to the tires, we touched a little bit before. These are Nitto Trail Grapplers, mud terrain tires, 35, 11, 5, 18. We went with a little bit of a less width than a lot of people tend to go with. It's usually a 12.5 or a 13.5 wide. The 11.5 will give it more of a street feeling. But it does handle absolutely perfect on and off road. They are wrapped in KMC machine-faced rims with a satin black beadlock. These are very, very nice rims. They're 18 inches, and they have the splined satin black lugs to help keep everything secure. We also have our JRB Customs billet valve stem caps, which will also get you entered for this Jeep in 10 grand, which is pretty cool. That's on the site. Moving on to some other things exterior wise, we did a front bumper and rear bumper. They are fully steel. They have the front has a stubby horn on it with a 30-inch LED light bar, as well as the 2-inch pods on the bottom of it to control all the lighting that you guys are going to need when you go off-roading. In the rear of the Jeep, we also did another steel bumper that has 2 LED pod lights integrated on both sides. Now, what this will do, we wired it into a reverse switch, so when you put the Jeep into reverse, those lights will automatically come on. It'll light up anything you guys need, especially if you're out, in the snow, in the woods, whatever you're doing, it'll light it up for you guys so you don't run into anything. The Jeep taillights tend to be a little weak around the outside with just that little, thing that they have integrated factory. While we're at the back, I will mention there is a rough country spare tire reinforcement kit that we installed in this that is absolutely awesome. We've installed these a ton in the past, and with the weight of this wheel and tire setup, this big 35-inch tire, they are heavy. They're a lot heavier than the factory, so putting this rim and tire combo on a factory Jeep spare tire mount will cause a lot of problems with the tailgate itself opening and closing as you daily drive this thing. So that helps a ton. It's steel, it's extremely durable, and they're easy to remove as it is a spare. When you're in an emergency, take it on, take it off, no problems there. You also have on the rear bumper, I forgot about, is 2 hooks. So emergency hooks, whatever you need them for, they'll pull anything out. I believe there is some on the front as well that I didn't touch on. As far as the chassis goes, this Jeep is absolutely immaculate, which is one of the hardest things to find around here. Being on the East Coast, you tend to have, a lot of rust, a lot of salt, debris. Over time, it'll cause issues with the frame, anything chassis-wise. This Jeep was already coated with 415, which is a very aggressive undercoating, and it tends to work the best in today's world, especially on the East Coast. We did top it off. Everything looks absolutely perfect. And what we did do on the bottom here, where we cut the vinyl, we did leave about 1.5 inches of space at the pinch weld. I didn't want to go all the way down on the pinch weld because with these big tires, the rocks and debris, it'll tend to kick up, and it can sometimes pull that vinyl up just a little bit. And when that happens, you can get the road debris up into the vinyl. It'll start peeling the vinyl, which you don't want to have happen. So where we cut it, when we always wrap Jeeps, they look awesome there. And we just put some undercoating again on that pinch weld to match the black. And I will touch on some other exterior components. We did do some inner fender liners from Rough Country. In our experience, Rough Country's inner fender liners always seem to line up perfectly. I don't know what they do, but it always lines up perfectly. And this one in particular is for the single series shock absorber, and it is steel, so you don't have to worry about anything puncturing it or any debris going through it. They cover up almost everything. So again, if you're up north, wherever you guys are, the salt and debris will stay out of your wheel wells, and most importantly, stay out of the engine bay in the Jeep, because they tend to be pretty open without a fender liner. And that is for front and the rear. Moving on to the interior, this is a factory 6-speed manual stick shift with the transfer case disengagement and engagement on the floor as well. We also have some pretty cool speaker system in here. It has kicker tweeters on the dash. It has kicker speakers in the old crap handle up top where your head is. And yeah, so it's got them in the doors, it's got them up there, it's got them on the dash, and it comes with a Sony double DIN touchscreen head unit that is hands-free, Bluetooth audio, you name it. It's awesome. This is all original inside for the most part. What we've noticed with this Jeep is it's absolutely immaculate inside. It does not smell like a Jeep, does not look like a Jeep. And what I mean by that is these doors are removable, the top is removable, which you guys can enjoy, but we tend to see Jeeps that smell musty or they're stained because of the weather, the rain. People tend to forget to put the doors back on when it's raining. This thing is immaculate. It still looks brand new. This Jeep has 70,000 miles on it, and it has zero issues. We will go through the whole thing. We already went through the whole thing for the grand prize winner. It is all mechanically sound, all up to date on everything, and it'll be ready to go to its new owner. So for you guys to take this home, all you have to do is go on JRBSupplyCo.com. Anything you purchase on the site will get you automatically entered to win this customized Jeep that we built, along with $10,000 in cash. To date, guys, this is the biggest grand prize that we've given away, and we can't be more than thankful to our supporters that allow us to do this. That's the first way on getting entered. The second way is if you go all the way to the bottom of our site, it'll say JRB3 official rules, terms and conditions. If you hit that, it'll show you how to send in a mail-in entry to our P.O. Box in Palmer, Massachusetts. And that is basically the 2 ways on getting entered. So good luck, guys. Stay tuned for the updates on this, and thank you for the support.